Hiya, Pep. You're on the brink of history for Manchester City and yourself outside of Barcelona. What are your feelings ahead of this game tomorrow night?
Privilege to live it. A privilege to be here, to try to. It's our for most of us in this club is of course the first time, and yeah, we're going to do a good game. What you have to do is win the game tomorrow. So, and after we'll see what happens.
You got to the semi-finals a lot with Bayern Munich and never made it over the hurdle. What makes this team different?
Every semi-final was different. The first two we didn't deserve it. The third one we were so close. We were unlucky to don't go into the final. So every club, every year is completely different. So now the situation is different. We arrive in a good moment, and like I said to the guys, so don't think much to win this game. Only you have to think is not mad at what you have to do to win this game, like we have done many times in season, and tomorrow we don't have an exception. The same message we have done the last 6-7 months is the same message for tomorrow. We approach this game like another game that we start with a small advantage, and we have to play to win the game. This is only we have to do, and we're going to try to do.
Thank you, Simon. Ian Abrahams.
Hi, Pep. How are you?
Good, thanks.
It's sort of two questions in one, really. First of all, last week you were telling us about how Johan Cruyff told you always to go out and enjoy football matches. So can you enjoy tomorrow? And is it the biggest game of your managerial career at Manchester City?
I don't know. It's the most important game. The truth is the first time we are here, most of us together in this club. And of course, I know exactly what we are playing for. And but sometimes in this type of games, you don't need much emotions. You start to be more calm and exactly know what you have to do. So I don't have to say anyone. We are living here the 11 months, not just the players, the backroom staff, the physios, the doctors, the cookers. Everybody knows how important it is, and how are looking for many years this moment. And that is the situation. Stay at home tonight, arrive in the afternoon, calm, make a pre-match meal, and go to the stadium to play the game. And we spoke a lot about yesterday and today, who we are, what we have to do. It's not necessary to speak more about PSG because we play against them 1 week ago, and 1 week ago I spoke a little bit longer about them. Now it's not necessary, and just speak about us, and what you have to do. And we're going to try to do it.
Luke Edwards.
Good afternoon, Pep. Just really put it into words if you can. How dangerous an opponent are PSG still, despite the first leg scoreline?
Yeah, the same dangers as the first leg. The same danger would be Chelsea, would be Madrid, would be Bayern Munich. It was through the same like it would be Barcelona, the other top clubs in Europe. And we are going to try to make them dangerous. So just focus what you have to do. I didn't speak one word about them, knowing that they can change the shape because the manager is so clever in these kind of things. Maybe they are going to organize something we don't expect right now. That's why, like, I don't know what's going to do. Is try to focus in our game. So, and as said, so I know the desire to reach the final because it's normal. Never been for all of us, never been before here. And what you have to do is focus on ourselves and to stick together in the bad moments, with the momentum that they have in the game, stick together and suffer together, and try to impose our game as much as possible and go to win the game. And win the game means defend well, attack with patience, in the right moment, score goals. This is going to try to do.
Stuart Brennan.
Hi, Pat.
Hi.
You didn't have a great record coming from behind to win games. I think you went about 11, 12 games where you didn't win a game once you'd gone behind. But just recently, you went to Villa and went behind and won. You went to Dortmund and went behind and won, and then you did it in Paris as well. Do you feel that the team's taken an important step forward in that regard? You know, does it help with the mentality of the team in these big games to know that you can do this?
Yeah, we didn't speak about that. We didn't work, and I would prefer don't come from behind. That's the reality. But the football is unpredictable, and most of the times you have to do it. And I know tomorrow in the bad moments, I think we're going to react well. So we know exactly what they have to do. So to reach the final, because we have done many months this season, and all you have to do is do it again. Because in these stages, everybody knows we cannot expect. They are not good. They are an extraordinary team. Everybody knows it. So they have players for themselves, create something like nobody expect and win the game. We know it. That's why I don't want to be concerned. Oh, of course, I'm concerned. Of course, I'm take a look about the qualities, but we play 1 week against them. So they is so fresh what they live on the pitch, and they know exactly how good they are. In the same times, we know each other, how good we can be. And unfortunately, it's just worse. And tomorrow at 8:00, we have to be there and do it again. And it's not much complicated that do it. I said many times in this press conference, is go out there to win this game. So no more than that. And we are winning. It's try to score more goals to win the game. And we are from behind. Go forward to win the game. And this is what you have to do, knowing exactly what you have to do. We spoke, we work it, and tomorrow the guys will be ready to do it.
Thank you, Stuart. Ian Bolton.
Pep, hi. Can I just check on your squad? Do you have any new concerns at all? And that you said at the weekend that you'd have one eye on what was going on at Old Trafford yesterday. I wonder what you made of what you saw. Did it leave you frustrated that the match didn't take place?
Eric Garcia is the only one. Unfortunately, 4 or 5 days ago was sick, have fever. He could not travel to Crystal Palace in Selhurst Park, and still is not ready. The rest of the players are okay. And I want to take a look yesterday, but I could not take a look. So at the end, it happened, and I don't know when it's going to play this game, and after when it's going to happen, I'm going to take a look.
Thank you, Ian. John Murray.
Hi, Pep. So what is it that worries you most about this second leg?
I would say a few things. In the same times, a lot of things I am incredibly optimistic. So I said in the previous conferencing, when arriving these stages in these games, I am more calm than before. So I try to enjoy it. The players as well. They're training well yesterday. They're training well today. Everybody wants to play. Everyone want to help, and we're going out there to do our game. So of course I take a look, and the quality of the opponent and things. But what I said before, so the second leg semifinals always is the toughest game, more than the final. And we're going to control our emotions, doing exactly what you have to do. And this is what I'm looking for, and try to convince the players that that is the best way to win this game.
Thank you, John. Dominic Farrell.
Hi, Pep. The last time you played a Maurizio Pochettino team in the Champions League was that crazy game against Spurs. How do you try to avoid those chaotic moments that obviously you don't want tomorrow? And is this team now maybe better equipped to avoid the chaos?
Nobody can control the chaos. I cannot predict, Dominic, what is going to happen tomorrow. I would love to tell you, but I don't know. So it's the past, different teams, different clubs, different players, different moments. So it's past. It's part of our memories in our period here, on our careers, in our lives. You have good moments, disappointing moments. So we make an exceptional performance that day. And yeah, in that case, we could not go through. We're going to reach semifinals. Now we're going to try to reach the final.
Thank you, Dom. Dave McDonnell.
Hi, Pep. The team has gone through some difficult experiences in this competition, 3 successive quarter-final exits and on away goals and really tough situations to handle. What do you feel is the biggest lesson the players have learned that has got you to this position where you're on the brink of the final?
I don't know. I don't know if it works in this competition, in this moment's experience. No, I don't know. I would like to feel that we learn about what the defeats, but before the game, I don't know how we're going to react. Always a mystery. So the nights of our lives on our job or in this sport is incredible, unpredictable. And when you give something for guarantee, and after surprise you in a good way or in a bad way. So it was disappointing at the same time, but life, like in sport especially, always gives you another opportunity, another challenge. And that is where it's fantastic. So the nice thing is when disappointed we had, especially the last 2 seasons in quarterfinals, with the way we were out against the Spurs and last season against Lyon, being here again. So that's nice. And that's why I would love to say, yeah, we'll learn from that, but maybe tomorrow we play a bad game. I don't think about it, but playing a bad game and we are out of the final. But in the same times, what I think right now, we're going to do an incredible game and going to reach the final. So this is my feeling. But if the other ones, they're better, like I said many times, all the times when I went out, I congratulate the opponent and actually going to try. But we don't want to miss this opportunity. Don't be in ourselves and do a good game. And I had the feeling we're going to do well.
David, Paul Hurst.
Hiya, Pep. We spoke to John earlier about about this season. Defensive partnerships are obviously quite difficult to build normally, but John and Ruben seem to have hit it off quite well. I mean, do you think they really complement each other well? And are you surprised that they've formed this partnership so well, so quickly?
Yeah, it's an evidence that they are comfortable together. But I would say the level he expressed Jaime in the last games that he played, or the last months he played a lot of minutes, always he was settled perfect with John or with Ruben. So, and last game against Nathan, like playing the right side, being left for a long time, didn't play, was exceptional. And Eric, my opinion, you know exactly my opinion about him, can never delude me or make a bad performance when he played. So in that terms, it's not a problem. But that is true that they should good, they communicate good, they help each other, they talk a lot, and yeah, they are comfortable.
Thank you, Paul. Jack Gorn.
Hiya, Pep. You said before you want to try and tell the players to control their emotions. What does that actually look like? What would you expect them? How would you expect them to play if you want them to control their emotions? No,
emotions means that you can predict a game, but the game can be completely different that you expect. And in these games, like it happened in the first leg, you are not going to play 90 minutes like we played, for example, a second half. This is not going to happen. I would love it, but this is not going to happen. They have to understand that will be a big battle with a tough game and the moments to suffer. But I'm pretty sure we're going to react well and we're going to impose what do you have to do. And comes from inside. They have to visualize to do a good game, visualize that they are able to do it, because what they have to do, what we have to do is not different that we have done the last 7 months, 8 months. Yeah. Let's go out there, play our game and win. So we are not going to demand nothing special. So we play a tough games in the Premier League, real tough, the same level than PSG, because the Premier League is so demanding, is so tough, and even the Champions League in group stage or whatever you play, always difficult games. So it's just to go there and do what we have done this season, and this season means in the bad moments stay calm. In the terms, come on, take the ball and try to regain our momentum in the game and try to win the game, and it's going to happen. I don't expect for 1 second we're going to play 90 minutes like a second half. They're going to try to look for, but it will be a moment by moments. How big will be our good moments? That is the difference. How quick we are going to play where we want to play, they will be important. And after that, belongs to the players. So the desire to do something nice for all of us in our lives, to be remembered forever, they have to make a step forward and say, okay, you are going to individually help the team to win the game. And we're going to do it. We're going to do it.
I'll take a question from Fred Caldera, and then we'll do some from French journalists. Fred?
Hi, Pep. You just said that playing the second leg of a semi-final is harder than the final itself. Why is that exactly?
From my experience. From my experience, the semi-finals are always difficult. You play you play with the result the first leg, you play with the mind here when you are playing the final, and sometimes you forget what you have to do because win that game you are playing. And that's why I'm not thinking about much on that. So always experience the second leg in the semi-finals, not in our club. In all the clubs, always is the difficult one. Always has been like this. Final is completely different. Final doesn't mean it's easier or more difficult. It's completely different, the semi-final second leg.
Thank you, Fred. Okay, we'll take a question from Damien Degore.
Oui, bonjour Pep, vous m'entendez?
Bonjour.
Oui, la semaine dernière, vous étiez convaincu que Marquinhos allait jouer et effectivement, il a joué. Est-ce que demain, vous êtes convaincu que Kylian Mbappé va jouer? Et dans l'hypothèse où il ne jouerait pas, qu'est-ce que ça change de jouer le PSG sans Mbappé?
He's going to play. And I'm looking forward he's going to play. So for the football, for the game itself, hopefully he can play.
Okay, thank you. Question from Dominic Fare. Dominic? Two Dominics on the line here. Just 1 second. Dominic, can you hear us? Okay.
It was the same question than Damien, so it's no use asking it.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you.
Emmanuel Barangay.
Yes. Hello, Pep.
Hello.
I've also a question about Mbappe and Neymar. I'm sorry. You talk about the unpredictable of the game and the chaos, and obviously Neymar and Mbappe are the players who can bring the chaos, the good chaos on the pitch. They didn't play very well on Wednesday. Are you concerned that they might be far better tomorrow?
They played really well.
Okay.
In the first half, they were exceptional. And Mbappe was dangerous. And Neymar was as usual. The second half, we were better. Like we were better, they were worse. But they judge Mbappe and Neymar because they lost. And like they lost, they play bad. If they win, they play good. But if you ask me opinion, they play good. And they are going to play good, I know. What you have to do, what is the best way to let them play not good? And this is what I want to try tomorrow.